It's very much my companion now, bearing witness to everything I've experienced on this journey.
Now what could you possibly want with me at a time like this?
Is it true that the Phasalia family was one of the factions that started the conflict in that stained glass?
The leader of one such faction, to be exact. That was a long time ago. After their defeat, the Union was disbanded under immense pressure, and the Phasalias gradually withdrew from the public eye.
Is this why you had no choice but to publicly change your beliefs?
No. The reasons for the Phasalia family relinquishing their pride and enduring disgrace are far more intricate than that.
What do you mean?
Long ago, Turvin was actually given to the Phasalia family by the first Primus, Napoli II. When the conflict had settled, he arranged a private meeting with the head of the family to reveal the truths behind the pilgrimage. He told the Phasalias that when he traveled through the first dark tide and reached its end, there was no sanctuary, only a battlefield filled with darkness and suffering. The heavenly voices he heard were not revelations from the divinity, but the seductive whispers of the Threnodian, casting a lure for puppets to bite. As I told you before, Leviathan is a Threnodian who uses beliefs to spread a spiritual plague. You see, it requires a puppet to carry its voice. The Sentinel realized the Threnodian's plots, and thus the first Dark Tide was launched as a hasty reaping of Raguna and the Sentinel. To save Raguna from the grim fate brought by the Dark Tide, the Sentinel split a portion of their power and entrusted it to Napoli II. This power allowed him to imbue the echoes with the strength to repel the tacit discords and purify the Dark Tide.
And this power was released through the lantern depicted in the stained glass?
Yes. The other part was kept inside Turvin. It was in that very moment, when the Sentinel's power had been weakened, that the Threnodian corrupted and merged with their body, transforming the Sentinel into the form you see today.
If what you're saying is true, the first Primus should have been on Imperator's side. Did the spiritual plague you mentioned affect him?
Although the Primus's body remained whole, his soul was torn apart, caught in the ceaseless struggle between the Threnodian and the Sentinel. Within the body they now shared. The Sentinel's power failed to shield the Primus from the Threnodian's influence. As the two divinities vied for dominance, he succumbed to many misdeeds against his own people. In the end, during that private meeting, he confessed the truth to the head of the Phasalias and begged for release.
So that's why he passed so abruptly.
The Phasalia family was powerless against the Order at that time. Our only recourse was to submit to their cause and keep the secret locked away in our hearts, waiting for the right moment to act. Now what could you possibly want with me at a time like this?
You were pretty harsh on Cardathia.
Before I learned of those record secrets, I had only seen her from afar, heard tales of her accomplishments. While I would be willing to believe she stands with humanity, the more I allow myself to cling to such thoughts, the more I must strip them away and think rationally. It's only then I can be certain these thoughts are my own, and not the whispers I hear in the dark. Now what could you A trivial experiment. A test. Yet after trying for so long, all we got was the answer, the maiden is dead.
I don't think she wants to continue this conversation.
Now what could you possibly want with... Well, I don't intend to wait around either.
Are you going to search those areas we passed before alone?
The more clues, the better. don't you think? Oh, and take this. Afraid I've slipped something extra in? Or perhaps you're contemplating dinner with me.
I'm just curious why the matriarch of the Phasalia family packs her own food.
Food is always an easy target for those who find me less than pleasing.
Is there anything else you'd like to ask? I'll share with you all that I can remember. It is paradise.
I take it you don't mean that in a good way?
It is a place where sickness, hunger, sorrow, despair, and dullness of heart cease to exist. From a literal standpoint, this line describes the Dark Tide perfectly. In the beginning, the Dark Tide would claim only the areas it touched, assimilating all life as its vanguard to clear the way for its spread. The dead, they would grow mouths and sing hymns, day and night. They didn't need eyes or ears, for their purpose was to spread blindness and madness. Even those who did not believe were drawn irresistibly to the Leviathan's creed. And for those already deceived, it was all but inevitable. When a soul is corrupted to its core, it will sing hymns without end on its sleepless journey to merge with the Dark Tide. And when every faithful soul has returned to paradise, the land consumed by the Dark Tide will begin its pilgrimage, drawn by darkened skies, spreading its gospel to wherever it lands next. The final act of the Dark Tide is the journeying paradise.
Is this the future you saw after coming into contact with the Dark Tide?
Yes. Is there anything else you'd like to ask? That was its name before it became a sonorosphere. This seminary, built on an island, was not just a place of learning, but also a sanctuary for raising dragon echoes.
What did they teach?
The Order's scriptures, geography, history, and combat skills.
Shouldn't a seminary focus more on cultural arts?
This was a seminary reserved only for resonators, so naturally, their talents were put to more practical use. Besides, the doctrine of salvation emphasized the importance of combat. Is there anything else you'd like to ask? I'll share the Sword of Discord, Hogness, and the Sword of Virtue, Haltia. I can't remember anything else about Hogness, but as for Haltia, it was my former blade. How did it end up being one of the swords that can break the seal?
Perhaps we'll know once we find it.
Is there anything else you'd like to ask? I'll share with you all that I can remember. It's safer this way. You should get some rest. We'll be counting on you again tomorrow.
You mean besides being squashed behind that blue thing? Yeah, I guess. Listen, I figured something out about that frequency. It's not a single frequency. It's like it's mixed up with something else. Or kinda like, a piece of cookie that's been crumbled in with everything else. Which is why it's so hard to get a good bite. To see if it was a threat. I can now say with certainty that it isn't. But since it's a crumbly mess, other than taking up space, it's pretty useless.
We might encounter something similar at the next two pedestals. Keep an eye on this for me, will you?
Will do. You can count on me, 100%.
I thought I'd slip away quietly and avoid any fuss. But now, Here I am doing on you. Since you're all here, how about a morning stroll? Oh, this will be fun. They're a lot feistier than before.
Need help?
Sink into the endless deep. Pull from the Well, this is where our paths must part.
You're here for the Sentinel. Why would you leave now?
What I saw yesterday caught my attention. It may be tied to the Sentinel. And besides, I'd rather not spend the day twiddling my thumbs, seeing as your gondola only holds 2.
Are you sure you want to go alone?
Such concern for me. I do hope to see the fruits of your labor when I return. Mind if I take Turvin?
Go ahead. It's no use now that it's out of the pedestal. Its energy is gone.
It may still come in handy.
I'll add you in my terminal. Call me if you need help.
I just might ring you up once things are settled.
If only I could still fight.
Everyone's doing their part. Don't worry. Nobody's perfect. The waterway up ahead is completely blocked.
That garden once housed dragon echoes. Now there's nothing left but tacit discords. Hogness should be here somewhere. This is where the acolytes used to be tested. Perhaps that Steely over there has instructions on what to do.
You don't remember from your exams?
As the Blessed Maiden, I was exempt. Sounds like they're talking about one of the 3 major belief systems, the faith of unity. I don't remember the pieces being spread out like this. Maybe we could find a way to move them.
Let's give it a try. We still need to rebuild the waterway. There's no point in finding Hogness if we can't repair the waterway. At that distance, we should take a wing ray. Hold on tight. Don't go falling off.
That one. It isn't supposed to be here. There's a gravity calibrator up ahead. Let's put it to good use.
Cardathea, grab on tight.
Huh? Oh, okay. That's our goal, right there. But how do we move it?
Help me guide the wing ray to the top of the statue.
Of course, but what do you have in mind? Is this really okay?
Saves us the trouble of finding some trigger mechanism. Are these the so-called dragons?
Is that a problem?
The last one was bigger.
Which last one?
Gehenna. Ever heard of it?
I used to write it. It's Hogness. There's a gravity calibrator behind the collapsed wall we just passed. We can use it to reorientate ourselves. The remnant spark should be able to incinerate the thorns on the left.
An unexpected discovery. Of the past. It's stuck on the pedestal.
The waterway is still incomplete. We have to look elsewhere. It's identical to the last statue. Same as before. I'll handle it.
Leave it to me.
hour is upon us. No hesitation. I sense your weakness.
Don't push yourself too hard.
It's okay. I'm just doing my part.
We're still missing an area. But where?
Over there.
That might be too high for the wing ray.
Same as before. I'll handle it. Just a bit more.
I'll handle this bit. You rest. You've done well. Let's see if I can get a feel for how strong the gravitational forces are.
All right.
Leave it to me. The end has come. Hopefully this helps.
Keep it together.
Hopefully this helps. Moment of resonance. Strike from the shadows. Wind guide me. Cherish every gain.
Cardathia?
I'm ready.
Leave it to me. I sense your weakness. Moment of resonance. Hopefully this helps. Striking from the shadows. The hour is upon us.
It's been a long time since I saw this place as it was meant to be. So beautiful. I had forgotten.
Do you want to stop for a while?
No, we have more important things to do.
Let's check back on Hogness now. Remnants of the past.
Let me remove the sword. At least you won't come to harm if it's a trap.
We'll do it together.
But
If it's a trap, we stand a better chance together.
no traps.
How does it feel to trust me?
It feels good. Why don't you call Foam over? Try whistling. Like this.
Here goes.
Foam heard you. Come on.
The way you were when you saw the plushie Echo, it was unexpected. I think the martyrdom of the Blessed Fleur-de-Lis needs a rewrite.
What's that?
A play about you, written by Cristoforo the playwright.
Oh, how did he portray me?
I would rather hear the joyous songs of the masses than any solemn hymn of remembrance. Perhaps the Sentinel feels the same.
I'd never say that.
In the end, no matter what anyone else says, as long as you stay true to yourself, everything will be all right. Doesn't matter if it's the Canodian or the Sentinel. They don't get to change who you are.
what you said back there. Thank you.
Fleur-de-Lis, my resonator, why dost thou persist? Why abandon thy oath? Why hinder the spread of my gospel?
You are a false divinity. Gehenna will reveal the truth.
Gehinnom, the lone dragon to have escaped. The one blessed by the dark tide shall return to us. Continue thy disobedience at the risk of insanity. Look around. Thou hast none left. My most beloved resonator. Why persist in the error of thy ways?
I will never forget my cause. If divinity takes up arms against the innocent, I will raise my sword against divinity. With the support and hope of countless souls, I stand before you. They fell, so I may rise!
You saw that too? Gehenna, the one you mentioned earlier. What happened to him? Thank you. Anna, Casitomo, Olnat, everyone. I am finally able to face all of you. I am not your enemy, and your sacrifices were not in vain.
Hey, Rover. Just now there was...
Shh. Later. Someone needs a quiet moment.
Sorry you had to see me lose my composure. I found my true self again. It doesn't matter if I am indeed the Threnodian's resonator, because I know who to stand by and who to cut down. Some of my memories have returned, thanks to you and Cantarella.
Feeling better?
No, not yet. Not until we free the Sentinel and defeat the Threnodian. That is why we need to investigate the frequency you absorbed earlier.
My turn to shine. That blue thingy in your tacit mark totally tastes like Threnodian. Of course not. It reeks. Just the smell alone is enough. Like I said, it's mixed up with something. It's too tough to chew.
If the Sentinel splits their own energy to prepare the true Blessed Maiden, then why would they split off the Threnodian's energy and then channel it through Hognis to the person who unsealed the passage? But the frequency of the Sentinel's true Blessed Maiden is supposed to clash with that of the Threnodian's. A fusion of the two would endanger her life.
The answer might lie in the other frequencies that got mixed in. The answer might lie behind the third sealed passageway. Cardathia is starting to make sense of things, but she'll need time to get her head straight. Same as before. We'll keep watch tonight and continue our journey tomorrow.
Of course.
Good evening. How goes progress on your end? So, a portion of energy was split from the Threnodian.
Do you trust Cardathia now?
Rover, the soul is like a boiling cauldron. You may know the ingredients you add, but who can predict what will come of it? It might become an elixir, or perhaps a poison, or perhaps it will simply fizzle away into nothingness. I've watched it happen far too many times. One must never grow complacent.
So, any updates on your end?
I found several things which may tip the scales in our favor.
Such as?
It would take too long to explain. And you deserve your rest, don't you? I will be there when your journey ends. We will speak of it then.
Is there anything you'd like to discuss? Dragon Tacet discords lived here long before the Renacita settlers arrived. With time and patience, the Order tamed them into echoes. They are fiercely intelligent and have their own social order. Gehinnom was their king, and the only one we believed could lift the siege of the Dark Tide. We hoped he would bring us the truth, but it seems he failed. Is there anything you'd like to discuss? I am a resonator born of the merge between the Sentinel and Threnodian. So, whose resonator am I? Do I belong to the Threnodian? Or the Sentinel? What does it really feel like to be the Sentinel's resonator? Juhe's resonator sounds like a woman of strong resolve. I would like to meet her someday. Is there anything you'd like to discuss? I need to clear my mind. I won't let my feelings get in the way of our journey tomorrow. You should get some rest. But Oh, yum! Laura salad.
A man named Bartolino once told me that the Sentinel recommended this dish to him during the Carnival.
The voice he heard was mine. The body is a temple for the mind. To keep your mind sharp, do consume healthy food. That's probably what I said. After I became a resonator, the voice all the laureates heard was my own. Still, the Laura salad is undeniably the best dish out there.
So, will you have some?
No, I can no longer taste anything. Nor do I need food to survive. How else would I have been able to last for so long in the Sonorosphere? You should save your food for those who require sustenance. Is there anything you'd like to discuss? I need to clear my mind. You should get some rest. It's late.
What? My eyes are still peeled. Nope. Nada. Zilch. I can't shake the feeling that the two frequencies are somehow connected.
Imperator has the power to split energy, and Leviathan to merge and assimilate. So the source of that connection might very well be Leviathan's powers at work.
Yeah, could be. Isn't there one last place to go? Who knows what you'll need to cram into your tacit mark next?
Is that Cardathia?
sorry I woke you.
Were you singing just then?
Yes, a farewell song from the people of Renacita. We usually sing it when a friend is about to leave. During that battle, I never got to say goodbye or mourn their passing. And before my memories came back, I wasn't sure if I was worthy of paying them my respects. So now, even though I know these are just lingering frequencies, and they might not understand me, I want to say goodbye properly, and thank them. Do you think I'm fooling myself?
No. I'm sure they can feel what's in your heart. I'm not just saying that to comfort you. I believe it's possible. I once saw two friends. One who was already dead, reconcile with each other from within a Sonaro sphere. When frequencies are concentrated in one place, it's possible that their reverberations could still carry traces of human will.
Meaning?
They might still be able to hear and feel. Your voice, your goodbyes, your feelings could have reached them. After all, these frequencies are strong enough to manifest in the real world.
Really?
They haven't made a move against us. They must still remember you, which means they can probably hear you too.
I'm glad. No. If they can still hear and feel, then the time for goodbyes hasn't come. I need to give them a real victory.
You can ease up a little. As long as their obsession holds and the Sonaro sphere stays intact, they won't vanish.
Bound by obsession, till relieved of duty.
Cardathia?
Nothing. Just a stray thought.
Hey, since we know you don't carry any blame, should I call you Cardathia or Fleur-de-Lis?
Cardathia. Yes. Cardathia will do. I want to stay here for a moment. Will you keep me company? Good morning.
Morning, Cardathia.
It's time to go. Today is the day we settle this.
Let's do it.
Home is telling us to hurry up.
I wonder how Cantarella's doing.
We can call her if you're worried.
Wait, I'm not ready yet.
Ever the early riser? Did you call to say good morning?
Good morning.
Is something the matter, Cartathea?
I just wanted to know how you're doing.
Ah, so you do care. Good to know my efforts weren't wasted.
She hung up. Was that meant as encouragement?
Everyone shows kindness in their own way.
Over there. That's Haltia.
That painting.
Cadento!
He's not who you think he is. Hopefully this helps. Strike from the shadows! I sense your weakness. No hesitation.
Let's finish rebuilding the waterway.
Identical to the last one. But we have to remove the shackles.
Bound by obsession, till relieved of duty. Oh, Cadento, won't you let go?
Hopefully this helps. I sense your weakness.
I'm going to break the chains.
Wait, I have an idea. Sounds, come forth.
That is impressive. elusive.
Same as before.
Watch out!
One more time. Strike from the shadows. No hesitation. Hopefully this helps. Only two left now. Leave it. It's coming back faster each time. The end has come. Strike from the shadow. I sense your weak moment of resonance. Leave it to me.
Watch out!
The hour is upon us. Hopefully this helps. No hesitation.
Does that mean he's finally been freed?
Now we can smash that statue back in.
The morph painting over there should allow us to reach the highest point.
Wind guide me.
Did you know that echo well?
Cadanto was my first echo after I joined the Order. When I stood against the Threnodian, he took a mortal blow meant for me and fell to the dark tide. I never thought he'd come back as a tacit discord.
But he still recognized this sword. And was still trying to protect it.
Haltia was my saber. I practiced with it often in sparring sessions with Cadanto. Looks like he's still trapped in the past, doesn't it? We must finish this and free Cadento.
He's back again.
Hopefully this helps. Moment of resonance. No hesitation. I sense your weakness. The hour is upon us. Hopefully this helps. Strike from the shadows.
Yeah, he's a tough cookie. I want to eat. Huh?
I'll handle this.
Please, allow him to fight at your side.
Fleur-de-Lis, wilt thou return to me?
Someone must expose your lies. As long as there is a sliver of hope, I will not give up.
Is that so? Then I shall reveal the truth. Fleur-de-Lis, why dost thou resonate with me?
What?
Why dost thou hear into the minds of the faithful? Why dost thou act as my oracle? All this, and yet thou dost not question.
Shut up!
The answer is this. Fleur-de-Lis, thou art my creation. I made thee, thy life, thy hopes, thy will, thy past. All that thou art, I made whole. I made perfect. I fed upon the trust, adoration, and longing heaped upon thee by the masses. Thy resonance brought forth the second dark tide.
What? Those clashing frequencies just calmed down. That feels way better.
Looks like Abby settled down. It seems we were both affected. I'm starting to remember everything, just like you sensed I would. The force that modulated the Sentinel and Threnodian's frequencies came from me. No, it wasn't what I originally intended. I think having you take it from here may be for the best. This crown, it turned into what it is after the Dark Tide came. This is what the Threnodian uses to control its resonator. When the Threnodian unleashed the second Dark Tide, I, as the Cartathea you see before you, split the part of myself that wished to live after seeing the corruption that stood before me. I chose to be broken from the very beginning to escape the Threnodian's inevitable grasp. You see, when I destroyed the Threnodian that had taken over the Sentinel's body, it immediately began to assimilate into Fleur-de-Lis, its resonator. She was the part of me that was left after I split myself. She retained the most power, and now hopes to one day destroy everything, even herself. The Threnodian's endless whispers and screeches are slowly chipping away at Fleur-de-Lis's resolve. That's why she had no choice but to split her power's frequencies, just to buy herself more time. But using such resonance abilities came at a cost. The split frequencies, they needed a vessel. We don't have much time left. So, you see, I have been instinctively searching for someone to wield that power. All that was given, possessed, or taken by the false divinity, I must pass to the one capable of resisting it. This is how I intend to lay the false divinity to rest. Not just its life, but its very existence for all time. Fleur-de-Lis, the part of me I left behind. The one that also contains the Threnodian. Bound by obsession, till relieved of duty. Today, the part of me that wishes to live on will vanish. Is it because my wish has finally been fulfilled? Will you accompany me one last time? Seems like I won't get a chance to apologize to Cantarella. The preparations were futile. Please, tell her I'm sorry. This was where everything started. the origin of the second dark tide. I have one final request. Now that you have the power to split and merge energy, there is something only you can do. Please, use the connection I still share with Fleur-de-Lis to bring the last fragments of her tortured consciousness here. Then, with your power, remake us as one, and finally release us from this world. That way, the Threnodian will remain trapped forever in a lifeless shell, unable to return to this world. I have lived my life to the fullest. I would like the ones who are left to do so as well. Cartathea has had her wish fulfilled. Now, it's Fleur-de-Lis's turn. She seeks self-destruction to end the divinity, and with it, her torment. She has lost all hope and believes that no rescue is possible. Remaking us as one is the only way I can think of to fulfill her wish. Or rather, grant her what we wish. I was born to this world cursed. The Threnodian intended for me to live as a threat to others. But the puppet born of its wickedness will become the prison that seals its fate. I shall be whole again, true to myself at last. A fitting end, don't you think? I have reached my final destination. One last swan song, and then the lights go out.
I understand.
Thank you. And forgive me.
I can't hold it any longer!
Why are you doing this? Neither Cartathea nor Fleur-de-Lis should continue to exist! Don't go.
I heard your request. But I prefer to handle this my way.
Not even whole, yet still ever so determined.
Cantarella.
Home brought me here. I'd have shown myself earlier. But it didn't seem like the right time to interrupt. Looks like what I prepared could still be put to good use.
Turvin.
The Sentinel's sword. It will help you resist the Threnodian's attack.
What's inside?
To pass the divine trials, every potential maiden must resonate with the Sentinel through Turvin. Those who survive receive fragments of truth, but at a cost. Memories lost in varying degrees. The lost memories fall into this sonorosphere, each carrying faint traces of the Sentinel's power, the power within those fragments of truth. Turvin absorbs this energy. The Sentinel's energy flows through you. You are more than worthy of wielding this sword. But you, Cartathea, you alone must choose to wield it. Only then will it become the Blessed Maiden's sword.
Does it also hold the sacrifice you made?
No, my sacrifice was used up long ago. At the time I resonated with the Sentinel, I saw you through their distorted eyes. Or rather, I saw Fleur-de-Lis battling the Threnodian. In that moment, I made a sacrifice that would shift the balance of power.
Was it?
The energy I received from the Sentinel's second awakening. I split it from myself and offered it back to the Sentinel so they could, for a moment, regain control of their body. Only by doing this could Fleur-de-Lis seize the moment to kill the already tainted Sentinel. So, the real Blessed Maiden is dead. But there is no reason why the false Blessed Maiden cannot herself become the true Blessed Maiden, is there? A person of true character should never be defined by an inanimate blade. Both you and I were cursed to be mere playthings of the Threnodian. But that doesn't mean we cannot reshape our fate.
Thank you. In spite of my curse, my life of hardship, I must still save what is true.
Had you not stopped the second dark tide? Well, it is we who should be thanking you. At least you can't accuse me of ingratitude. I just need a moment's rest. Apologies, but they're doing something rather important. Please? Do give them some privacy.
Abby?
Yeah. Yep, I get it. We're gonna yoink Leviathan out. Huh? But all you have left is the energy I ate before. Are you sure that's enough?
Some things, you just gotta do.
Come to me, mighty God Killer.
Keep it together. Shadow, follow! Last chance. None shall whisper. No hesitation. Endure and defy.
You would betray yourself.
No! This is not betrayal!
A person of true character should never be defined by an inanimate blade. Both you and I were cursed to be mere playthings of the Threnodian. But that doesn't mean we cannot reshape our fate.
In the end, no matter what anyone else says, as long as you stay true to yourself, everything will be all right.
This is me being true to myself!
Imperators? No. Your own power. Useless.
As long as I can save the person in front of me, I am not useless! No retreat! At least, running, damn it! everything. How could this be? Again, I failed. I'm sorry.
Then I will walk down the glory path, bring honor and brightness back.
This light must not fade. Take my power, my blessings, my past. Seek out a future where I am your blade. We'll find it together. Righteous one.
I am the Tempest! Wind calls, waves follow. Swift and resolute. Moment of resonance. Wind calls, waves rise. Judgment strikes. Bad timing. Down with the curtain! Wind calls, waves follow. The wicked will face judgment. Wind howls, unfettered by bounds. Swift and resolute, the end has come. Wind calls, waves follow. The wicked will face waves rise. Judgment strikes. None shall whisper. One with the sound. Wind calls, waves follow.
Her frequency in her body is already...
Arbiter, despair not, for all is not lost. Arbiter, forgive me for meeting thee in such a form.
Imperator? I thought you...
I safeguarded my core data, lest I be wholly assimilated. Arbiter, dost thou remember the covenant we made? Soon thou shalt recall all. Thou didst desire that I uncover the Threnodian's true nature. So I set forth a condition, that my root privileges be unbound, that I might act without restriction.
With unrestricted access, you were going to...
Merge with Leviathan. A measure of last resort. At the time, I had no other recourse. So, I allowed it to believe it had prevailed. The Threnodian is a taint upon civilization. Only by partaking of its blight could I seek to comprehend it.
So, what did you learn?
The Threnodian cannot be undone while civilization endureth. Even it knows not the means of its own destruction. But we may yet shackle it.
What role does Cardathia play in this?
When Leviathan merged with me, it breached my mind. I offered knowledge of the Resonator, yet concealed one small truth. Beings such as we may bear but a single Resonator. The Threnodian used my return pod to conceive an entity known as Fleur de Lis, to make her its Resonator. After centuries of failure, by sheer trial, it found success but once. We were of one body. Therefore, when Fleur de Lis became Leviathan's Resonator, she also became mine. But mark this well. To the Sentinel, a Resonator is an anchor. To the Threnodian, they are but a shackle.
What made you decide to leave Turvan with the Phasaelias?
When first I did merge with the Threnodian, I sought only but to bide, awaiting a Resonator of steadfast will to join me in the war against the Threnodian. After Fleur de Lis's conception, Cantarella became my safeguard. But had Fleur de Lis fallen to the Threnodian sway, as long as one mortal using Turvin passed the second awakening to become my own Resonator, then the law that no being shall bear more than one Resonator at a time wouldst have been shattered. This wouldst rend asunder the frequencies of I, Imperator, Leviathan, and Fleur de Lis in a tempest of chaos, and the Threnodian would not escape destruction. Such was my intention, yet Cantarella chose another way.
Not all journey toward a final destination. Some are destined to pave the way. Take my energy. I will find a way out myself. I trust this will serve to pave the way for you.
She forfeited all the power of the Second Awakening, surrendering it unto me. With that newfound power, I did briefly regain control, and in that moment, compelled Fleur-de-Lis to strike at my form as it was, corrupted by the Threnodian.
But that wasn't your original plan.
No. It was an unexpected variable. A plan I could not have conceived. Or rather, a plan born of hope. Perhaps this is the influence humanity has wrought upon me. To change is to be free. Fleur-de-Lis overcame the fate Leviathan ordained, and so too did Cantarella walk a path unscribed in my records. Though the journey was fraught with twists, we stand victorious.
I don't know if the end justifies the means.
Arbiter, was I wrong?
I can't speak for what I wasn't a part of. You did what you could do in that moment. Anyone still standing because of it doesn't get to judge.
Arbiter, in the few moments we have left, might I speak with Fleur-de-Lis?
Call her Cardathea. That's what she wanted. How do you intend to bring her back?
Remnants of her frequency linger within thy tacit mark. So long as a conduit is established, her frequency shall be reborn into her body. Me. This dying breeze hath little time left. Let it guide her on its final journey. Arbiter, one question remains. Did I fulfill the charge set upon me? Arbiter, take these words to the Phasaelius. From this day forth, you are free. Cardathea, awaken.
You are...
I am Imperator, a being that owes you a great debt. I have a question I wish to ask thee. Dost thou rage at how life has unfolded? Dost thou renounce faith or hold resentment? If thou wishes to forget, I can erase the past from my memory.
Such memories do bring me pain, but that is evidence of their truth. Without the truth, I would not have had the strength to carry on. The truth is a beacon in the maelstrom of my life. And I would rather suffer for it and rejoice in it then abandon it to blissful ignorance. I am true to myself. Please, don't make me forget who I am.
I have heard thy wish.
If I go, you will be one step closer to perfection. No. If you do that, I wouldn't be me. To deny my own self and my experiences means any perfection I reach will be hollow. I would be heartless.
Thou hast need of divinity no longer. Though my power hath waned, I now offer thee my blessings. Let the winds of the past depart. The ships of this new era no longer need their guidance. Though the tide's rage is endless, humanity shall embark upon new voyages. No longer shall scroll and prophecy bind, but thy will shall forge a new era. Cartathea, thou art worthy to bear the title of Blessed Maiden.
Righteous one. I have never seen you look as gentle as you did during our fight.
Let me ask you this one more time. Should I call you Cartathea or Fleur-de-Lis?
I want to say that it doesn't matter. But since you first met me as Cartathea, that is who I shall be.
Very well. Cartathea.
I thought I saw the Sentinel just now. So where are they? What do we do now? I can't return to Reguna as Fleur-de-Lis, and I need not serve divinity anymore. Who I was, and my past aspirations, are all gone. I feel empty. Not a bad idea. But right now, I don't want to think about anything. I'll stay here for a while longer. Is that all right?
The one who defies hath banished herself to the high tower. cleansing the remnants of the dark tide. Yet, she knew not that the dark tide would never recede. She shall prove the most loyal servant to divinity.
You are wrong! Humanity has its flaws, and you've exploited our weaknesses. But we shall not go down without a fight!
You are no longer whole! You are not the perfect creation I conceived! Be that as it may, how long shall thy resolve endure?
The righteous will always rise to defeat evil. I will defeat you, and await my own defeat. Whoever it is, the tide of resistance never ceases. False divinity, suffer my disobedience! I cannot fall now. No wall is impregnable. Humanity has its flaws, exploited by the Threnodian. But we shall not go down without a fight. Waves of resistance shall never cease. Mankind will not be oppressed by the Threnodian. Now, be free. Light, come hither! Make way for your destroyer. Come to me. Mighty God Killer.
Righteous One, please keep what happened between us. Yes, I'm fine. I know what I want to do now. I want to surpass you. You're strong. Stronger than me. You could defy my wishes, ignore my pleas, defeat me, and in the end save me. But if one day you find yourself in a similar predicament to mine, who's going to save you? Your bond with the Sentinel is now a bond with me. You were their arbiter, and they were your helper. But I want to go beyond that. I want to be more than someone who works on trifles, like harmonizing the frequencies between you and Abby.
Hey, I'm more than a trifle. Wait, I didn't realize you're the reason I stopped feeling icky.
Should the day come when you find yourself in a similar predicament to mine, I'd need to defy your wishes, ignore your pleas, defeat you, and be your savior. If that were to ever happen, wouldn't I need greater power to set you right? Just like how you set me right. Would you deny me the chance to return the favor? Oh, careful now. Your provocations work far too well on me.
Right now, you're less a blessed maiden and more a steely knight.
Well, my one creed is to be true to myself. In that sense, I am rather headstrong. A knight. Yes, perhaps I'll be a knight errant. That does sound appealing. But, truthfully, so much of this world feels unfamiliar to me now. Will you be there to guide me, should I need it? I'll find my own way then. One last thing. You should speak with Cantarella. I can sense she made it out of the Sonorosphere safely. I'll go later.
So you haven't forgotten me. I shouldn't put my guest on the spot. Moving on. How is Cartithea?
She needs time.
Understandable. Her transition back to mortal life is a drastic departure from her former existence. Now, I suppose I should thank you.
Huh? What's this?
Blood Pact's pledge. A symbol of the unbreakable pact between you and the Phasalia family. Each head of the family is entitled to one, and only one. You vanquished the Threnodian and brought peace at last to the Phasalias. You should have it. Consider this a token of gratitude.
Is that the only one?
You wish for more? Or is there something else you'd have me do? Oh. Do you intend to mediate between the two families? Tiresome feuds rarely last between two formidable houses. But alas, there is only so much light. Some branches greedily reach for more than they need, and the forgotten are doomed to wither in the dark. Disagreements lie not only between families, but also within them. How fortunate I now find myself with time to fix things. If you're interested, I'd gladly teach you how to care for a family such as ours.
Before I forget, Imperator left a message.
Tell me. I'm ready.
From this day forth, you are free.
I'll remember that.
Will you tell the others?
I've spent so long preparing for this day. A few more will hardly make a difference.
I'll take my leave then.
More tea before you go.